Sean Sewell with Engearment.com podcast. Welcome to another episode. In this episode, we'll cover recent reviews we have worked on, upcoming reviews we're working on, things we're excited about, upcoming outside magazine music festivals, outdoor market alliance meetings coming up, and what I'm really excited about as far as summer gear and activities. As well as we also are announcing we have a sponsor for the Engearment podcast now. My friend Brad Kearns reached out to see if I'd like to test out a pair of shoes called Paluva, and they are shoes that cover each toe individually. And the company is founded by none other than Mark Sisson of the Primal Blueprint and Primal Kitchen. Primal Blueprint, obviously I'm a big fan of. Ryan Humphreys, Dan Jimenez, also the team members on the Engearment team are also coaches and into health and fitness. And Primal Blueprint, it's the Primal Blueprint. It's legit. It helped a lot of us get into a healthier lifestyle. And Primal Kitchen, I use their stuff all the time. So I'm a big fan of Mark Sisson, and his son and him teamed up to make these shoes. They sent over a few pair for us to use over here at Engearment for the last few months. They passed the test, and they offered to see if we want to work with them as a sponsor for the show. We never had a sponsor for the podcast, so it's really quite an honor to start off with working with Brad Kearns and Mark Sisson, two people I'm big fans of. So thank you for the support. And now on to the show. Let me try and catch you up on some things we've been doing since the last podcast 21 days ago. I'm going to try and do these more often now that I have the studio set up as well as additional studios set up. We have a lot of cool interviews coming up, arcade belts we're going to have coming up, and a lot of interviews with outdoor brands, Nemo and XBED, and a whole bunch of stuff to look forward to. But we'll try and catch you up real quick on reviews. PAKA, did a lot of work with PAKA since last time I got to talk with you guys. The PAKA Everyday Base Layer and Underwear Review. Devin Dowd goes through how she's enjoyed using those. Minus 33, another natural material as merino wool. That one Will Rickers tests out in the mountains of Colorado. And then out in Hawaii, Dan Jimenez, this guy's a stud. I love his content and his reviews. Tests out the ISIL Switch Pro SUP hybrid, which is a kayak, stand-up paddleboard, inflatable, and he tests it out in Hawaii. He's got really cool video. He actually taught me some techniques on video editing that I'm incorporating in more recent reviews. And if you like the technique, let us know. It's a lot of fun using new technology to create new content and reviews for you guys. So check out that. Back to natural materials. There's a theme this last 2 or 3 weeks you'll see about natural materials. This is Arms of Andes. They also make alpaca clothing like PAKA does. And this is the ultra light 160 shirt and 300 wool joggers, which has been my go-to pajamas basically for the last 6-7 months. So definitely a long-term review on those. They're nice. More natural materials, this time from Mammut, the tree wool. This is a combination of eucalyptus, Tencel is a brand name, and merino wool. It's very lightweight, very comfortable. It's very, very nice. And then I have a comparison video on the microphone I'm shooting on now, the Shure. I was using the Shure SM7B. Now I'm using the Shure MV7 Plus, which is also a USB-C microphone as well as XLR. So right now I'm recording via USB-C as opposed to going through the Tascam or the Rodecaster setup. So this might sound a little different. If it does, let me know, but hopefully it sounds good as we're recording it in a different technique. Then Ortovox Pizduan Swiss Wool Jacket Wool Records covers that. Michael Clemente also reviewed that a few months ago, so you get 2 different points of view on it. Basically, it's great. Mammut Trion 38-liter backpack. This I was just using 3 hours ago. I climbed up to top of Loveland Ski Resort with my colleague Ryan Humphreys, and we skied down it. Well, I splitboarded down it. And this has become my new backcountry splitboarding backpack. It's like a minimalist, waterproof 38-liter backpack with like running vest straps. It's really quite comfortable to use. Back to more natural material shirts. Smart Wool Active Mesh Short Sleeve Shirt. I have a long sleeve shirt as well from them that I reviewed. Finally, non-natural, not totally unnatural, cool airspeed long sleeve shirt. It's a nice long sleeve shirt. I realized I misspelled long in the review, so I'll need to update that. Forgot the O. Finally, something outside of clothing. Okay, Julbo. You know, we love Julbo. Their frequency sunglasses with reactive 1:3 lens, and I compare them to the density as well. So we get a little comparison review there. And then Arcteryx. This one, it's Arcteryx. It's super over-engineered, very attractive design. This is going to be the Carrier 75-liter duffel bag and the Gear Tote 45-liter. Overkill, sure. Could you get a Patagonia or Black Hole or a North Face Base Camp duffel, two of them for the same price? You absolutely could. Would that be a wise choice? It would. But if you want the best of the best and the most attractive, then the Arcteryx Carrier might be for you. 1 second, I'll take a sip here. Allbirds. So there's new Allbirds coming out, and I've got a couple pairs of them. The Tree Runner Go. It is, again, natural material, this time eucalyptus, with a merino wool insole and sugar cane for the foam. So again, there's a theme going on here, folks. We like natural things. And I have another review. Oh, can I tell you about that? Yeah, I think I can. The Allbirds Super Light Wool Runners. We'll have those coming up here next week. Back to Dan. He does a review on the BOTE 5-gallon cooler, which he uses on his stand-up paddle boards. And Dan has another review in the works on a motorized SUP onboard engine, or I guess it'd be a motor, to propel you across the lakes and, in his case, the ocean. Pretty sweet stuff, so stay tuned for that. And then the Splitboard I was rocking today and have been for the last couple months, the Weston Backwoods Splitboard. It's the Ha-Ani Alliance. Usually it's in the background, but today it's in my truck. I haven't taken that truck yet. Ha-Ani Alliance as a native Tinglet Native American artist, and it's a beautiful Tinglet graphic of a salmon. It's beautiful. There's only 5 of the ones I'm reviewing. There's only 5 of that colorway in the world. I believe Sean Eno has one. Leo, the owner of Weston, has one. I have one, and I don't know there are 2 where they are, but they're around. But you can get the regular colorway all stores, REI's, Backcountry, Weston.com. So I have a review on that. I think that catches you up on the reviews. Cool. That was quickest ever. Things we're working on. Oh, this is really fun. So obviously you probably know we help operate a gym, Existence Athletics, here in Denver, Colorado. We use kettlebells. I tracked down Kettlebell Kings has a new cerakote kettlebell. They sent over a 56 kilo kettlebell, and that's been deemed Excalibur. We named it Excalibur because you have to be worthy to pick up the 56 kilo 130-pound kettlebell. And surprisingly, well, I guess not surprisingly, a lot of people in the gym can pick it up pretty gracefully, too. We have some strong folks in our gym. Oh, right. This is kind of fun. So Outdoor Vitals, we really enjoy their gear. We have reviews of their tents, their backpacks, their clothing. They'll have a new jogger coming out here soon. They're sending that over. Should be here probably actually tomorrow. So I'll get to take it up to the mountains this Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, and go camping with it and hike around. So I'll get content on that soon, so you can see how the sizing and the functionality is. But they were Outdoor Vitals a couple months ago reached out to see if I'd like to come out to Utah to hang out with them and go on a backpacking trip with other gear reviewers. And I was so excited, and I was getting ready to go, and it would have been a fun experience to hang out with Tyson and the crew and Derek and other gear reviewers out there. Like, we're all doing our best to help you guys learn how the gear works. I don't view them as competitors. I view them as other creators, and I'd love to have hung out with them. Would have loved to have hung out with them. But it turns out the trip was exactly the same time as we're closing on the house we built here. So I had to stay here, and obviously it's a pretty big life decision, build a house. So hopefully next Outdoor Vitals trip, I get to go hang out with the OV crew and all the other YouTubers and reviewers out there who are just kicking butt, making great content that I love to watch and learn from as well. We have more content, more reviews for Mammut. I got a really interesting pair of Gore-Tex hiking shoes I'll be putting to the test. Well, I have been this last 2 weeks, but really get to put it to the test because it is mud season here in Colorado. Mud everywhere. Water, mud, snow. Good time to test Gore-Tex shoes from Mammut. Got some stuff from Patagonia. Just finally got the video shot for the Houdini Stash half zip. Had that since October, and I always shoot the Patagonia videos before the stuff is released, and it kind of causes some controversy with people like, why would you offer review on something we can't go out and get? Well, I'm trying to show you something to save up for and keep on your radar, but this time I waited until it finally came out before I did the video. More Allbirds. GoDox sent over what is definitely the smallest microphones I've ever seen. So here it is. There's a little GoDox right there. And then the back of it, this is the receiver that goes into the camera or your phone. In the back of it, how do we even open this? There are 2 microphones. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, look at these little guys. Tiny little wireless microphones. Definitely the smallest I've ever seen. So we'll have a review on those. And then Rode microphones reached out to work together. Rode is what I usually use for most of the videos when I'm not using the Shure right here. But the Rode Wireless Go Pro or Wireless Pro is what I use for most of the YouTube videos, in case you're wondering, as well as when I'm working with Pavel and Brett Jones and the Strong First alumni. It has been a great microphone, so we get to work with Rode moving forward, which is really, really awesome. Let's see, anything else? Helinox. Been big fans of Helinox, and I've been trying to get my hands on their gear to work together for about the last 5 years. And then about a month ago, they sent over like the whole fleet of Helinox. So been kind of waiting till the conditions are not super muddy so I can go use the chairs, cots, table, and all that. So stay tuned for content on that here soon. Night Eyes sent over like one of everything. So we've been using their dog collars and flashlights and all kinds of carabiners, really creative carabiners, and they're a Colorado company. Not too sure if you knew that, but they are a Colorado company, so that's really awesome. Got some swivel camp chairs we're testing out as well, and I have notes this time. Knog sent over their Blinder 900 Lite, as well as the OI bike bell, so something to look forward to there. And I'm always camping year round, I'll disclaimer that. But as it's becoming camping season for most people, Memorial Day weekend is usually a good signal for that. A lot of our riders camp in their vehicles, their Subarus, 4Runners, whatever vehicles they have. And there's a company called Luna that makes specific sleeping mattresses to fit the contours of different vehicles. So we have a few different setups, one for a Forester, Clay Farnsley is doing that, one for a 4Runner, I think Ryan Humphreys is doing that. And then I have their new foam mattress with an R value of 11.4. Take that, X-Bed. That is like negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit rated. That's bonkers. So I will be doing a video on that. Let's see. Allbirds, GoDox, BOTE. Oh, Spy. Spy Helm Tech sunglasses. We have 2 of them. One with Happy Lens, one with Happy Boost Lens. That review should probably be up by this weekend. Oh, this is huge. This one's the biggest thing we're working on. Well, that's not true. We have a lot of big things. Might be the biggest thing. Salsa has a new e-bike, and they sent it over, and I think I can talk about it. But I actually got it fitted. One of our riders, Amir, is a bike mechanic by trade, so he got that set up for me this weekend. I set it up and was using it, but I didn't have it properly fitted. So if you know about biking, you want definitely get fitted, especially for this kind of gravel bike. So stay tuned on videos on that. That's going to take a lot of coverage. And then to carry that bike, Thule sent over a really nice bike rack that actually folds up, and it has lights, blinking lights like turn signals, and folds up, has wheels, and stores away. It is incredible. Working on a nice review on how that works. As well as they have a new topper they sent over. We have that mounted on my wife's vehicle, so we can get her classier, less dirtbag review on that. Just about an hour ago, Solo Stove released the the details on their collaboration with WhistlePig. And they send over their new tabletop little solo stove, as well as a bottle of WhistlePig whiskey and some pieces of wood to burn in the solo stove that were used in the barrels to make the whiskey, as well as some nice little silicone molds to make the little flames for the solo stove. So that's pretty dang cool. They also have a new thing that just came out. I think I can talk about it. It's popcorn night with a solo stove and a projector screen. There's a big old 100-inch projector screen, but the real deal of that package is the folding chairs. These things, my wife and I have actually been sitting on them and watching. We don't watch much TV, but we've been watching some TV and enjoying it with our dog. And our nieces came over this weekend, and all four of them just like took over the chairs. They're very comfortable. We'll have video up on that here soon. I think that gets you up to speed. Yeah, I better wrap this up. I've got a meeting in 2 minutes with YouTube, and I can talk about that in the next podcast. If you listened this far, thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Hopefully you find the content we create, the other riders, the other 49 riders, myself. It's a lot of fun seeing how everybody sees the outdoors. And I love putting it up there so you guys can watch it or read about it on the website. The riders just are amazing. And if you haven't yet, follow us on Instagram. I'm trying to be better about getting content up there and sharing stories of what the riders are doing, where they're using the gear, what gear they're using, and sharing how they see the outdoors. It's really important to me to share that with you guys, because outdoors is for everybody. And it's not just my take on what gear I like to go use outside. It's all of us. And also, finally, the interaction. I love it on YouTube or on Facebook or other places. People asking great questions and also offering great insights. I don't know everything. Our riders don't know everything. We're just doing our best we can to go use the stuff. So whenever you can share insights to help not only us, but the audience, the world out, we'll take it. We appreciate it. So I'll try and keep these podcasts coming more frequently, try and make them more helpful. If there's anything you'd like us to cover, ping me. I will look into it. And until next time, take care.